Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday. We are less than 24 hours away from WWE Crown Jewel 2022 emanating from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. 8 matches on the card, and this is the first WWE Saudi Arabia event under the Triple H administration, and the 8th, I believe, overall Saudi Arabia event WWE has produced on pay-per-view. Now, the last one, Elimination Chamber, earlier this year, I actually said in a review video that I have here on the channel that I thought it was the best Saudi show WWE has done to date. And with the wrestlers and with some of the matches on the card for tomorrow afternoon, I'm very hopeful that history will repeat itself. So, with that being said, happy Friday. I hope everyone out there has a great weekend, whatever you're doing. I will be watching Crown Jewel tomorrow. I know many of you out there will be as well, and we all have our thoughts on the show. So let's go ahead and kick it off in no particular order with the matches. This match I did not know until literally 10 minutes before I started doing this video was on the card. Alexa Bliss and Asuka, the reigning WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, defending against the former champions, the duo that they defeated for the titles, Dakota Kai and Io Sky of Damage Control. Now, I made my opinion known on Damage Control a while ago, and it really hasn't changed. I, like many, aren't sold on them, and it has nothing to do with those three women and how they are as wrestlers or talents. They're all three extremely talented. It has been the booking of the group. And with them losing the tag titles recently that they had just won, it doesn't do them any favors. So honestly, with how their booking has been and how 50-50 and wishy-washy it's been, I'm going to go Alexa Bliss and Asuka to win the match. Now, we're not done talking about tag teams and tag team title matches. The Usos, Jimmy and Jay. It's going to be very interesting to see if Jay is feeling Usi tomorrow at Crown Jewel or not, because they will be defending the titles against the Brawling Brutes, Ridge Holland and Butch. The Usos on the cusp of history as the longest reigning tag team champions in WWE history. I think they still have a couple of days to go before they surpass Demolition for the second spot. And then, of course, they will surpass the New Day, who took that spot only a couple years ago. I believe it was 2015 when they were the tag team champions. But I have the Usos to go on to win this match due to the fact that I think that they're going to make the distance and go to WrestleMania as tag team champions. And continuing with championship matchups, 3 for 3, Bayley once again challenging Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. They had a pretty solid match last month at Extreme Rules. I talked about that here on the channel. I had Bayley then to go over and win the championship. That didn't happen. Another stipulation match. It makes you wonder if it's going to be there to be a safety net for Belair so she doesn't have to take a clean loss. Can this be a night where all three women of Damage Control take the titles? Maybe, but I was wrong last time. I'm going to bite the bullet this time. I'm going to say Bianca Belair retains and goes on to feud with someone else over the championship. I think that's what's best. We have a first time ever matchup coming up next. Battle of the Big Men. Braun Strowman, the recently returned to WWE Braun Strowman. Wonder if he controlled his narrative. Versus Omos, the big man. I don't see this match being very long, nor should it be. I mean, this isn't going to be Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart or Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio, so don't have high expectations. I think it's an attraction match. I'm not opposed to this match. I think if they keep it short and they keep it sweet, maybe pull off 2 or 3 big spots, then that's fine. Who's going to win this match? Ultimately, I think Braun Strowman's going to win the match. Nothing against Omos, but I think Strowman right now and how popular he is since he's returned to the company, I think he is more primed to be in a main event position than Omos is right now. And speaking about main eventers, we've got a steel cage match and Extreme Rules rematch between Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross. We all saw the finish of Extreme Rules last month where Scarlett pepper sprayed Drew in the eyes and helped Kross get the win in their Extreme Rules match. Well, this time it's in a cage. Try to limit the interference. Part of me wanted to say Kross would get the win and go back-to-back over Drew, but Drew has lost some pretty big pay-per-view matches in recent months. I think this time Drew McIntyre takes the win, and they'll be an even 1-1 against each other, and possibly they can go on and have some other sort of match at, say, Survivor Series. In what I said I believe will be the co-main event of the evening, Brock Lesnar, who recently returned on Raw several weeks ago, will be facing Bobby Lashley. These two first met off in January at the Royal Rumble. That was their first ever appearance. And what many people would have said was a dream match because they both have the amateur wrestling experience. They both have the MMA experience. They have certain little mannerisms and movements that kind of remind me of each other. And the January match, I felt it could have been better. I don't know. I know Bobby was hurt in the match because of the weird, awkward way that he was taking the German suplexes. I hope he doesn't get hurt in this match, but I do have Brock Lesnar getting the win this time. Brock, he lost at WrestleMania against Roman. He lost at SummerSlam in the main event against Roman. I don't think he loses tomorrow against Bobby Lashley. Can they do Brock and Lashley 3? Yeah, same way I think they're going to do McIntyre and Kross 3 at some point down the road. And whoever wins those respective matches, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But tomorrow, I see Brock Lesnar getting the win over Bobby Lashley. I'm just hoping the match is a little bit better than the one in January. Not to say that it was terrible, but I just felt like, I kind of want a little bit more. I kind of had a little bit higher expectation because of how high I think of those two. Up next, 6-man tag, OC versus the Judgment Day. AJ Styles and his buds, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, who just returned to the company as well. It's like in Marvel when Tony Stark reversed the snap and all these people are suddenly, popping back up. Triple H with the Infinity Stones. I've been seeing the memes. It's true. It's funny. OC Judgment Day, this rivalry's been going on. Judgment Day has actually been picking up some momentum over the last several weeks, which is a far cry from where they were a couple months ago, where they were just losing and being squashed and really just didn't matter that much. And it sucks to say that because they've got some talented people in that group. Tomorrow, I will say, though, I think the Judgment Day will win just based off of the momentum that they have behind them. I wouldn't be shocked to see AJ and crew win. I really wouldn't. AJ Styles could really use a pay-per-view victory this year. So it could go either way, but I'm going to go Judgment Day. And last but not least, the main event. It was a very controversial announcement when it was made several weeks back, even before Extreme Rules. Roman Reigns defending his undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship against social media star, influencer, pro boxer, if you want to say, Logan Paul, who has had a grand total of two matches in his entire wrestling career, both being in WWE, both being this year, the first teaming with The Miz at WrestleMania and winning that match, and of course at SummerSlam facing The Miz and winning that match. A lot of people are saying it's so soon for Logan Paul to be in a position like this. Look, they're getting paid a lot of money to fly out to Saudi Arabia, okay? This is an attraction match. That's all this is. Roman Reigns is not losing the championship. Someone said something about David Arquette winning the WCW world title in WCW. No, it's nothing like that. It's not the same thing at all. I don't see why anyone would have a worry that Logan Paul has a snowball's chance in hell of being champion. No, they're not going to do that. They're not going to take the title off of Roman Reigns for Logan Paul. That's not going to happen. Roman Reigns is going to go into WrestleMania as the champion. So that's my predictions. Those are my thoughts on the show. Again, I am looking forward to it. It is a longer card than some of the more recent pay-per-views, but it's fine. Again, not bad on paper. It's just whatever is in execution tomorrow. But looking forward to talking about it with you guys. So if you enjoyed today's content, please go ahead and drop that like, and let me know down in the comment, what match are you looking forward to tomorrow at Crown Jewel.